Restaurant Reservation Requests, a plugin for WordPress that, as you'll see, is designed specifically to make life easier for anyone managing a restaurant. Let's think about it for a moment. Phone calls coming in one after another, emails that disappear, messages arriving from everywhere. In short, it's total chaos. Managing reservations like this is incredibly exhausting, and the risk of losing some customers along the way is extremely high, isn't it? So let's make one fundamental thing clear right away. This plugin is not a real-time booking system that automatically manages table availability. No, it's a tool to bring order. Here's how it works. A customer makes a request, the restaurant owner receives it and, at their own pace, decides whether to confirm it or not. Simple, straightforward, no surprises. Alright, so let's try making a reservation. Let's put ourselves in the customer's shoes and see, step by step, what happens when you enter the website. Okay, the first thing you see is this form. You can put it on any page of the website, all it takes is a simple shortcode. The look is very clean, very intuitive, and the first thing it asks you to do is choose the date and time. When you click on the date, this calendar appears. It's super easy to use, nothing complicated. You pick the day and that's it, done in a second. Once you've chosen the date, it's time to pick the time. And pay attention, the times you see here aren't random, okay? They are exactly the ones the restaurant owner has decided to make available. Maybe one slot for lunch, one for dinner. In short, total control for the manager and maximum clarity for those booking. We're almost there. Last two steps. You choose for how many people to book and leave your contact details. Name, email, phone number, the usual things. That's it, all in one nice compact form. And now the best part, by clicking on Send, you're not redirected to another page. You stay right there, and a confirmation message appears, which is also fully customizable. The experience for the customer is super smooth and very professional. Okay, we've seen what happens on the customer side. Now let's switch hats and see what happens behind the scenes, in the WordPress admin panel. Let's see how the restaurant owner manages everything. Here it is. Every request that comes in goes straight into this list, nice and organized and easy to read. With just one glance you can see everything. Date, time, number of people, and contact details. No more scattered pieces of paper or lost emails. That's exactly the point, having everything centralized. A single place to view, manage, and respond to every single request. It turns a process that could be chaotic into something super controlled and, let's be honest, much less stressful. And look here at the schedule management. This is the real control room. Everything is decided from here. For each day of the week, you can set time slots, maybe one for lunch and one for dinner. Maximum flexibility, really. Okay, another major feature of this plugin, email communication. Everything is automated and keeps both the customer and the manager informed. Let's see how. The process is super simple. First, the request comes in and the admin immediately receives an email. Second, at the same time, the customer receives an email saying, "Okay, request received." Third, the admin reviews the request and either confirms or cancels it. And fourth, at that point, the customer receives a final email with either the confirmation or the cancellation. Clean and super efficient. And the best part is, you don't have to stick with the standard texts. In fact, every single email can be fully customized, from the subject to the content, thanks to this visual editor that's available right in the settings. Super convenient. To make the emails even more personal, there are these placeholders. For example, you write name in the text, and the plugin automatically replaces it with the customer's name. A brilliant idea. There's even one for the logo, and you can even decide how big you want it to appear without touching a single line of code. But sometimes the basic information isn't enough. Maybe you need to know if there are any allergies or if a high chair is needed. Let's see how you can add extra fields to the form. This is the Extra Fields feature. It allows you to create up to 5 custom fields. For example, a drop-down menu to order a cake in advance or a simple checkbox if a high chair is needed. There are so many possibilities. And here's a really clever thing. For each extra field, you can set a minimum notice period. Let's go back to the cake example. If you need at least 24 hours notice to prepare it, you just set it here. And if someone tries to book at the last minute, the option to order the cake will be disabled. It solves a lot of practical problems. It's a super useful feature. Okay, the plugin is powerful, but is it also nice to look at? Does it integrate well with the website? Of course it does, because looks matter too, and here's the solution. In the settings, there is a dedicated section for colors. With these color pickers, you can change the appearance of the entire form to perfectly match the colors of your website. And, most importantly, these changes affect only the booking form. The rest of the site's theme is not affected in the slightest. 100% safe. So to sum up, the advantages are clear. First, it brings order to the booking process. Second, you maintain full control because every request must be approved manually. Third, you offer a professional experience to your clients. And fourth, you can customize everything, from the emails to the form, to match your own style. And so the final question is this: having a tool like this at your disposal, which brings order and control, couldn't it really make a difference in managing a restaurant, improving both daily operations and the image you present to the outside world?